So this is the community page. It's the first page of the community section. It's not always going to be C1, but for this week it is going to be C1. So we have a couple of options. We can start laying this page out from top to bottom, or we can work up. So this is a great community event that Citizens Bank provided these items to the Veterans Home. But there are a couple of staple items that we try to put on C1. The Humane Happenings is always one of those. If there's not a Humane Happenings, then it seems to be a struggle to find out what to put on there. So we're going to go and find the Humane Happenings. So to get this far, you can tell we've clicked in the text box. We've pressed Apple E to enter our text. Now I have the roll bar, so I just go up here and go to the Ready folder where all of our text is at. This Humane Happenings is a feature. So you can scroll down, or you can just click there and press F, and it will take you to the first thing in the Fs, which happens to be the Humane Happenings. So we're going to click on it, press open, and it will pop in there. So now we're going to, if you do not touch anything else and you just hold your shift button down and press to the top, it will highlight everything. Then we're going to click on our style sheet, no style, and then the Sentinel Cambria, and magic, that's what it's supposed to look like. So you can see a lot of these huge rivers in between the text, and we just want to tighten those up before we start balancing it out, so that way we don't balance it and then have to rebalance it, which is such a pain in the tail. So we're just going to balance it out and bring it up. Now, because I've already balanced it, it is a little more difficult if we change it to one column by going over here to the columns box, press 1. But as you can tell, it takes a lot less space. So we can just bring that up, and we've gained about 3 or 4 lines in doing that. Of course, you do want to go back through here, and where we added those spaces to fix it in the first place, make sure that we correct those minor changes, and I have even had that bring it up more. So we're going to bring that down. Then we have the City of Health. This is not one of those things that has to go on C1. It's more of an opinion piece, but people do read it. So again, we're going to click in that box, click Apple E, go to Ready. Again, it's a feature, so if we just press F, we get to our features. If you can't see what's in that file name, and you don't want to take the time of scrolling through, you can always just bring that column over and go forth. So click on it, press press enter, and then we're going to just hold our shift key down and highlight the text that just got entered. Press no style, press Sentinel Cambria, and there we go. So this week's column is fermented foods. So we can cut that out, put it at the top where the last week's topic went, highlight it, and then we're just going to press subhead, and that does all the things we need it to. Erase that second Jack Noel, and we can bring this down. As you see, the text has gone over that over the Humane Happenings, so obviously we're going to need to bring it up. But if you click on the Humane Happenings, press Function F5, that brings it to the Humane Happenings to the front, and it wraps around. It's only going to wrap around the header because the headline has the wraparound, not the text box. So I'm going to show you how to do that. I ungroup these two things. I'm going to press Command T to get to the wraparound. So it automatically, with Command T, comes to the runaround. You're going to press Item, and these numbers are always 4747. Press OK, and magic, there we go. So we just want to bring this up again until we see the bottom. But the goal is to bring it down enough that we don't have that wasted space. So it looks like I'm going to need to lengthen this text box just a hair to get it to go further down. Again, highlight all my pieces and get it there. There we go, perfect. This all cap line, we need to highlight it and click subhead. And there we go. Now, this should fit here. Because it shows their legs, we have the opportunity to make this actually work by bringing this up and cutting the distance off of that. As you can see, the Citizens Bank box is covering the bank president's hand on that side. So it might be better to go over here to the right-hand side where these gentlemen are taller. We're going to give this nice man a tummy tuck by covering it with the box and bringing it up. So there we go. Now we want to regroup all of these items so that way they stay together in case somebody drags and moves something. Then we have one hole over here. You can use your library to get the text box. I highly recommend it. It's a serious time saver. Drag that box to fit just like we need it. Command E again. Then we're going to go to that ready folder, find the next story. So I've mentioned it in a couple of videos, but 20 words equals about an inch. So we have about 6 inches. So I'm going to hope this 240 word story fits. Now see the red box right here? That tells me and you that there's more to it. So we draw a text box. We click Apple T. We're going to click from the box to the box, and we're pretty close. So let's go ahead and try this and write our headline in there. The American Legion is one of those things that they have to have that headline. I guess they got hit pretty hard by the gaming division a while back for their tactics or practices or something. So they've asked that we stick strictly to their headline. But most every other one, we have some writer's flexibility. So the byline, we highlight it, click byline, and bring this up. So this, don't forget to wear red shirts, always seems to be the line that is a thorn under my saddle. It gets erased. Now this is a heavy font, so as you can tell, it's super dark. It should not be bold. And there it is. Unbold. We are ready to PDF this page.